Hi guys, a very good afternoon. This is my Saturday chat show. I am Dr. Samira Gupta, physio-occupational therapist, specialist into sports medicine and weight loss management. Today, after 23 years and more of treating patients with aches and pains and with their weight gains, a mother of two and married to a successful businessman in Mumbai, I would just like to reach out to everyone out there, whoever, whatsoever the pain is. So this is my chat show every Saturday at 12 p.m. You can send in your queries. We've had a lot of inquiries. We've had a lot of cases that we are seeing on a day-to-day basis. It could be at their residence, or it could be at the hospital, or even online. So I'm always happy to share my tips. I'm happy to share my knowledge with you all. If you have any queries, please post it on the chat button. So nevertheless, I'm going to be talking about two cases today. That is tennis elbow. Patients who are suffering from tennis elbow, is the reason for it. It can be very, very debilitating because the pain starts at the elbow joint, which is because of the tissue that is connecting the forearm to the elbow. So whenever you have pain of the tennis elbow, that is on the lateral aspect of the elbow joint, on the outer part, that is because of the common extensor origin that gets under stress. That is because whenever you lift something and there's a sudden impact on the muscle, it slides down and you are seeing this particular muscle getting inflamed and there is swelling, there is a lot of pain. So patients who are having something like this, please follow the principle of RICE, that is the rest, ice, compression and elevation. That is the RICE principle, where you are going to be resting that particular part with a tennis elbow band, that is keeping a 2-finger space below the elbow, and wearing the tennis elbow band, which is very easily available at any of the medical chemists or even on Amazon. You can wear a wristband also, which is just 2 inches below the elbow joint, and thereafter ice it at least twice a day for 5 to 10 minutes. Compression bandaging, that is the wristband, and along with that, elevation. So you just kind of keep it slightly elevated and make sure you do this for at least 2 to 3 days. Along with that, if the pain is quite intense, please connect with your nearby physio or your orthopedic, or you can even connect with me on the chat button. There is no issues. I will always help you with certain anti-inflammatory medications if you need to take. At least rest it for 2 to 3 days, then start with your exercises. So I have had queries on tennis elbow exercises. So there we start. Keep your hand completely at ease, at rest. Keep it connected to your, close to your wrist, to your waist. Keep it at 90 degrees. Flex the elbow, extend it, again flex it, extend it. Keep it flexion and extension, that is for the elbow joint. Then internal and external rotation. Make sure that the elbow is close to your body and you are kind of flexing it and you are rotating it inwards and outwards. So that's internal and external rotation that you can very comfortably do. And thereafter, you can also have pronation and supination exercises that you need to do. It's more like, start opening and closing a key. So but just make sure that you keep it at 90 degrees. You unlock and lock your hand like a pronation and a supination movement. So that is what it is for the elbow joint. So it's basically also make sure that the proximal and distal muscles are exercised. So it's flexion, extension, internal rotation, external rotation, as well as pronation and supination. So that is what it is. In case if you have anyone, you can just press in the request button. You can press on that and I will immediately bring you live on my chat. So next question is, how long should one exercise? And is it important to exercise every day? That is the biggest question of concern. Yes, I would say please try and mentally prepare yourself to exercise at least 20 to 30 minutes a day. It could be in your building compound. It could be a spot jog while listening to your favorite music or seeing your favorite channel. Now that is what it is. So most importantly, we have a lot of queries right now coming in. So what I would just say is that where we have to just have 20 to 30 minutes of exercises. Make sure you do it at least 2 hours after your heavy meal, and thereafter you can also have you can jog, you can do a Zumba on your favorite online show, you can do a spot walk, spot jogging, You can do skipping. You can try and do at least 5 to 10 minutes of yoga to begin with, and then proceed with it. Continue with a certain amount of exercises. You can also join in our programs that we have every Monday to Friday, 5 to 6 p.m. We have extremely superb exercises which are going on with TheraBands and weighted calves and resistance tubes. So we had one query with a patient who has weight gain. He's a cerebral palsy patient and he had high uric acid. So the patient was inquiring about what to do about high uric acid. Now, high uric acid is because of few reasons, which I will tell you. There is a byproduct which is excreted, which is eliminated into your body, which is coming into your body after your food, that is the purines. So if that is not excreted from the kidney, it increases the uric acid levels. Now, in order to reduce the uric acid levels in your body, you must try to avoid anything that is having like something like dals should be avoided. Stress is very, very important to be avoided. Alcohol can be reduced in their consumption, and most importantly, even seafood, that is fish and prawns, can be avoided. Now, what can you have is a question for high uric acid patients. So this is a special population which I'm talking about. So you can have your dosas and your uttapams, your idlis with rava dosa, rava idlis. You can have a lot of green vegetables. Just avoid your peas, your broccolis and spinach. The rest of all vegetables you can have when you have a high uric acid level. Most importantly, try and reduce your weight, whatever that could be, because in case if the weight is a little excess, your joints, which are especially your ankle joints, your metatarsal joints, are going to get affected. Even your back pains, your elbow pain, a lot to do with for the same reason. So make sure you consult your physician for a high uric acid level control, and start with gentle exercises if you can, and thereafter if you can go into high impact once the levels are slightly better. I would always say go into medium impact exercises. Avoid anything that is high impact, because that will cause a lot of stress onto the joint. So that is what it is. And I would just say that if you have your queries, I'm always happy to help you for everything. So today we have dealt with two conditions, that is tennis elbow and high uric acid levels, due to which the weight loss is basically not happening. You could be dieting, you could be wanting to jog, but in case if you have those aches and pains, please sign in and send in your queries. I'm very happy to help you. We have especially patients who are having diabetes, blood pressure, thyroid, and with back aches and knee pains. I would say age is just a number. Nothing can stop you from growing young, because the body is the best weapon against all odds. Me, Dr. Sameera Gupta, physio-occupational therapist, specialist into sports medicine and weight loss management for medically afflicted patients. I have served 20 years and more into the same field, and I feel that each one out there should ask and go in for help if required. It's all in the mind. If you tell yourself, yes, I can do it, you can do it, and you will do it. So let me have your queries once again, and I'll be happy to help you. Thank you guys. Signing off for now. See you next Saturday. Thank you.